Hi, welcome to Sue's Yoga, Stretching Yoga, 50 and over, and I'm going to start out this class. So we're going to do about 11 or 12 poses. We're going to hold each pose for approximately 2 to 3 minutes, and it's going to be a 30-minute class. So I want to start out this class with the goddess pose. It's a little bit funny looking. Anyway, I'm going to turn to the side just so that you can see what it's like. So basically you're gonna come down like this, and your knees come out, your hands go up, and I'll turn to the side, but it's a great hip stretcher right from the beginning. And we just stand up doing this one. So come on down into the goddess pose. You want to try and bring your shoulders back. And then come on up. It's pretty easy. Come on down again. Now, I want to go wider than the narrow side of my mat, so just bring your feet out on the floor. And you really want to come down further. So for the second one, let's come down a little bit. I'm gonna hold this. It's a great thigh strengthener right here. Plus you're opening up your chest. Okay, we're gonna go back into that a couple more times. Okay, come on down. You want your knees to stay open so that you can actually see your big toe on either side of it and come down as far as you can to really feel the strengthening in your thighs. Bring your arms back as far as you can so you get a big chest opening. So it's a chest stretch and a thigh strengthener. Now okay, come on up. Why don't you do a forward fold? Just bend over. I think that in yoga, it's a great way to have some of these thigh strengtheners. It's rather than going to the gym and like pushing on the weights going out to strengthen your thighs. I think this is a more natural position. Well, it's a yoga position. It doesn't look all that natural, but we'll come down again. It's easier on your body, and yet it's building the strength at the same time. Okay, come on up. We're gonna do a forward fold with your hands down on the mat, and then I want you to come down on your knees, and we're gonna go into tabletop, which is just, you can put your toes curled under, and we're gonna sit back into screaming tiger toes for a bit of a stretch in our feet, because it's really important to do this, I think, at least 3 or 4 times a week. It stretches out your whole plantar fascia, which is all the way back here. Okay, come back into tabletop. And we'll come back in with our feet to stretch our feet. So if you can get your bottom to your heels, that's what we're trying to do. And then we want to really stay in this position. So just put your hands wherever it's comfortable, wherever you can get is fine. Even just a slight variation of this is good for your feet. You'll get here eventually. It won't take that long. It just is a little tough in the beginning, which is usually a sign that you need to do it. So let's just go ahead and do this. Okay, come on back into tabletop. Let your toes relax. Put the tops of your feet should be flat down now on the mat. And you come into tabletop, we're then gonna go into cat-cow. So cat, reach, arch up your back, drop your head down. And then the opposite for your cow. So let your back arch in the middle, bring your head up. So great back stretch. And it should feel really good. Okay, I'm going to do this a few times. Okay. Okay. Okay, after we do this one, go ahead and stretch your hands out and bring your knees wide. We'll go right into child's pose. So your hands should be stretched out, your forehead to the mat, your knees are wide, and your body, your shoulders, etc. are coming right in between. Okay, then come on back up to tabletop, and we're gonna go into down dog, and then we're gonna go into pigeon from down dog. And then after that, we're gonna do some planks, some side planks to get a bit of a workout in the midsection, strengthening. Okay, so down dog, you wanna tuck your feet like this. You can come right in from tabletop. It's the easiest position to come into. Spread your hands, your fingers nice and wide in the mat, about hip distance apart. Your hands should be on the mat. And then your feet as well can be hip distance apart or really closer together than that. Your head should come between your hands, and you get a nice stretch in here. Now I want you to take your right leg and raise it to the air and bring it to your right wrist. And put your foot at a 45-degree angle and put your left leg out nice and straight. And you can stay here just like this. This is perfect. And this is a great hip openers, probably one of the better ones. So I want to just sit here for at least a couple minutes, and we'll repeat this on the left, and then we will do this at least one more time. It's essential to open up your hips and to soften your hips, or to relax your hips if they're tight. Just as, you know, whenever you want to take steps to go walking up a hill or anything, you want to keep your hips as loose as you can, so you can take big steps. And you don't want, you know, it also keeps you from tripping. As you sit into this one, when you literally sit into this one for a few minutes, the muscles remember. The longer you sit into it, the better it is, because your muscles remember the flexibility. You can also take some breaths in here. And if you want a little more of a stretch in your right hip, all you do is you take this foot and come up a little further. and then come back into the position and you'll get even more of a stretch. Okay, once you bring that leg back, come into tabletop, we're gonna go back into down dog. You can feel free to pedal your feet. And take your left foot in the air. We're gonna bring your left knee to your left wrist and bring your foot up. Put your right foot out. And now we're gonna just sit into this stretch on your left hip. For me, it takes a minute to just kind of decompress a little bit. Like when I first start, it's tight, and then it just kind of, it loosens and loosens as I sit here. We're gonna do this plank, or I'm sorry, the down dog and the pigeon. One more full set of these. And then we're gonna go into the plank and the side plank. And then we're going to ease up a little bit and come down up to our back and do some further stretching. Just to give you an idea of where the class is going. And if you'd like to subscribe, that would be great. I'd appreciate it. Okay, let's come back slowly into tabletop. You can tuck your toes because we're going to go back into down dog. To pedal your feet. Raise your right leg. Bring your right knee to your right wrist. Your left leg goes straight back. And if you want a little more of a stretch, which I need more of a stretch, just gonna pull my foot up a little bit really towards the left wrist. So you just pull it up a little bit, but don't come out at a 90 degree. That's like too much of an angle. Come back to tabletop. We're going to go back into down dog and go back into the left side. So we're just on the left side, your left knee to your left wrist. Your right leg all the way back. And you can release your right leg as well, just to get that to just slide back. And then sit into your hip. Let it relax. The longer we sit in these poses, although it may seem sometimes a little too long, it's actually better the more you hold the pose for your muscles to actually release and relax, and then also for the muscles to remember that relaxed point. That's why I like to hold them. Okay, come on out of that gently. We'll just go into tabletop again. And then we're gonna bring our legs back and go into plank. Okay? So, here we go into plank. Okay, come on down on your knees. Go into child's pose. That was 30 seconds. We're gonna do that again. If it's too long at any time, always feel like you can come down to your knees. Let's go up again. Okay, come on down to your knees. Go back into child's pose. We're gonna do plank one more time. Okay, come on up. Okay. Oh, that is not easy. We're gonna do one side plank. So just go to plank, come on your side, and bring your arm up. Okay, come on down. I'm gonna go to the other side one time. Oh, I did an extreme fit class yesterday and I'm far from extreme fit. But my stomach is really sore. So we're gonna just do this one time. We'll come to the side, we'll come over and come on up. Okay, come on down. Now I want you to go down onto your back. We're going to do a supine spinal twist, which is always kind of fun. And actually, if you have your block here today, I'm going to use this. Not yet. We're going to do the supine spinal twist. So basically, you're going to bring your right leg straight up into the air, your left leg down. Take your right leg and bend it and come over to the left. And you can put your arms out if you can and look up towards the right. Now you should feel a good stretch here in your right hip. I can really feel that. Okay. Take your left leg, put it straight up to the air. Bring it over your right leg and get a good spinal twist. Always try to put your hands out in a T to get a stretch up here in your chest as well. You want to open up your chest, get a stretch in there. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Bring your right leg to the air, fold it over your left, and take a twist. This is great to kind of squeeze your spine a little bit, get it really moving freely, flexible. Okay, take your left leg up to the air, bring it over your right leg, which is straight, and drop it to the right. And bring your arms up to a T position. Okay, let's come out of that. If you have your block, I want you to take your block in the lowest position, and you're gonna put it right under your sacrum, which is at the bottom of your tailbone, and we're gonna stretch. Okay. Basically, you wanna lie down, and then maybe kind of move your block under your sacrum. If you don't have a block, it's okay, you can just do a bridge pose, which is you just hold it like this. But I'm gonna rest on the block. If you have a block, it feels really good. It's a real big opener for your chest as well. Bring your hands down to the side, open up your palms, put your palms towards the sky. And then I want you to lower your legs straight. So, because then you're gonna get a stretch in the front of your thigh. We'll sit here and feel the good stretch here. Now, if you have your block, we'll go into the next highest position after this. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it. This is the second highest position. Gives you more of a stretch. Put our legs out straight. Really feel a great stretch in here, the front of your thighs. Okay, you can take the block out if you have one. And now we don't need anything. I want you to put your left leg out straight, grab your right leg, bring it straight to the air, and hold your calf with your hands. And this is a supine hand to toe. If you could, I don't know if you can grab your toes, I can't. But you want to just gently pull your leg, so you're going to get a big stretch in the back of your thigh. You want to pull your leg gently and make your toes active. When I say active, what I mean is you basically use the muscles in your feet to bring your toes into like a clenched position, or bring it forward. Like if your toes are just rested there like this, if they're active, you're bending your ankles so your toes are more towards your face. It's good for your toes, and it's also really good for the back of your leg. And it's also really good for your calf, which is often responsible for issues with plantar fasciitis. So it's your calf often that's the culprit. It's too tight. See, this helps to loosen up the calf. So you want to just gently pull your leg, your foot towards your face, get a good stretch in here. Okay? Just bring your right leg down. Here we're going to do the left leg. Okay, so when I first pull up that left leg, I'm not able to get the foot anywhere near where I had the right leg. So it takes a moment to just gently pull your leg forward, make your toes active so your calf gets a stretch. Hold it gently. And then just pull forward if you don't feel, I don't want you to feel a big toe, just a slight stretch in the back of your thigh. Okay, next we're gonna go into Happy Baby, which many of you know this position, but you're basically holding your toes, bringing your legs like this and just kind of stretching them out. And then after this we'll come into Shavasana, which is stretching your feet back out. So this should feel really good. You're kind of dropping your knees so that they're almost parallel to the floor and opening up your legs. Feel free to rock back and forth. Feel free to really open up your legs and do, you can do splits or scissors. It all should feel very good. Happy Baby. Feels good on your back to actually roll back and forth a bit. It kind of rolls out the kinks. And then feel free to straighten your legs and cross them one in front of the other very slowly though. Nothing fast. And then you can bend your knees, hug your knees close to your chest. Bring your legs down straight. And we'll go into Shavasana. Just take a deep breath. Enjoy today because yesterday's are gone and tomorrow's we can't worry and fret about them because we don't know what will happen. And it's good to just enjoy your day today and do the best you can today. Okay, and then when you're ready, come on back up to a seated position. You could roll to your side or just come on back, straight back up. Put your legs straight out in front of you. I usually fold our legs. And I want you to raise your hands to the sky and then come forward and try and grab your toes and stretch into this forward fold. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it, and I'm having a good time stretching and actually getting a lot of benefit from it. So my goal is to really keep 50 and over people active, doing whatever it is they like to do, and keep the stretching going because it's imperative to stretch out so we can continue doing all the things we want to do. So my goal here is to help you get stretched and myself as well. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Bye.